Naglo-load. Ayan. Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Good morning from sunny Philippines. And of course, Mel is here with us from Hawaii. Welcome to Building Out Loud. And so, if you ever wondered whether this business is actually working for beginners or only for people who already had an advantage or yung mga nauna na ba, so today's episode is especially for you. We're answering honest questions, and we're not answering with theory. We're answering with real stories of someone who started with absolutely nothing. Later on, we'll show you like some people who have made it into the business and built something real. So, do beginners actually get results? How long does it realistically take to see income? Or can we show you real examples of people who started just like me? And then lastly, what determines success or failure in this business? So this is today, and we're live in Facebook. I am Mel. I'm a chemist by profession. I'm building a business alongside my partner Mel from Hawaii. Introduce yourself, Mel.
Thank you, Ate. I'm the other Mel. I
Yes.
am a mom, a wife, a nurse, and I am based here in Hawaii, but originally from the Philippines. And welcome again sa amin pong Building Out Loud episode for today.
Okay. So, if you're thinking, baka para lang to dun sa may mga taong may experience o may malaking puhunan o may mga connections na o may malaking following. So, yun
Mhm.
yung what we will be discussing today. And meron kaming kwento na ipapakita sa iyo later on. So, let's start.
Let's start, Ate.
First question is, do beginners actually get results or only experienced people? Ito yung madalas tanongin eh, di ba? Kasi,
Madalas
oo. Okay, Mel, take it away.
Okay, Ate. Yeah. This is a very common question. Do beginners, actually get results? And the honest answer is yes, beginner can get results. But we want to say that carefully because, we don't want anyone to hear that and think, oh, so I can just start and money comes in right away. That's not what we mean here. You know, Beginners can get results when, they are willing to learn, they're willing to follow the steps, ask questions, they stay coachable and they keep showing up. Because in the beginning, everything will feel new, everything sounds new, the system is new, the words and about the process is going to be new, and that's normal. I remember when I was starting, I would overthink a lot of things, like what do I say, how do I respond, like lahat na parang, do I sound awkward, am I doing this right? And honestly, even now, like, I'm still learning, I'm still improving, and I'm adjusting as I go. That's why I always say this, that this is not about being perfect, it's about being willing to grow. Watch the training, ask questions, um, learning how to explain things better, getting more comfortable little by little. And that's how beginners grow. And I think that's important because a lot of people think they need to already be good at everything before they start. That's not true. All of us that's working online, and even not even online, if you're a beginner, everything feels unfamiliar, everything feels new or sounds new. But if you're willing to learn more and put in the effort to learn and grow, then for sure, 'di ba? Nag-aantay lang yung success. And just like for me in my profession, just like in nursing, I didn't start knowing everything. I had to learn, I had to ask questions, I had to get used to things. I had to grow into the role. And it took me years before, I became a nurse. It's not like when you start something like overnight, you know everything. Same thing in this business. And not just in this business, but all the other businesses. You do not need to, come in already knowing everything, but you need to be willing to learn. What about you, Ate?
Yeah, I especially believe that. I was, as you were talking, I was thinking about compounding. Kasi parang, 'di ba, we don't start and then the next day successful ka na agad, 'di ba? In anything we do, whether it's cooking or being a nurse or being a chemist, being a singer, we all start from the beginning. Pero yung compounding means you learn this one today and then it compounds whatever you learn and experience, it all compounds until you come to this point where you're ano you can call yourself like very knowledgeable, di ba? Maybe even an expert.
Even experts.
Yeah,
You can
and I
keep
think it's,
learning and
yeah,
growing.
you just keep on learning and growing, and for this business you just follow the system because there's a system in place, and if followed, a lot of people really have a success. Yan.
Okay, moving on,
Yes.
Ate.
Moving on, gaano ba katagal bago kumita?
Oh, magandang
Di ba?
tanong yan.
Magandang tanong 'to, and I think ito yung isa sa question na gustong malaman ng marami, 'di ba? So, wala naman eksaktong, um, number of days or weeks na pareho para sa lahat. Kasi based on experience ng mga tao sa business na 'to, may mga tao who get success in, um, within 3 months.
Mhm.
Meron na kaagad. Depending on the consistency and the dedication and the focus on following the training and sharing their stories. Sometimes even based on vulnerability, based on the connections that you get to have on the way you present your stories. Depending on the available time din
Mhm.
nila. Like kami ni Mel. Mel works full time. Ang haba ng working hours. I work 8 hours plus, travel and break times. Minsan, it takes 12 to 14 hours, di ba? Tapos, you only have 10 hours to sleep and to do the business altogether. So yun, maraming factors and it's different for different people. But the real pattern that we can see is those who are showing up for the first 90 days. Those are the people who gets immediate results. And I always tell people, think of the first 90 days as your foundation building base. Kami ni Mel, maybe within follow that 90 days because we have different schedule. Some of business owners are full-time business owners. Some are stay-at-home moms. Some are like uh, in their retirement stage. Some are empty nesters. Some are working three jobs. Some are like Mel and me working one job but then busy with family and other things. Yun. But I think the best one is if you build the habits and the confidence and the relationships, and then the income comes later. Yun. So that there's not realistic count per person depending on how you dedicate yourself to it, how focused you are on the business. But there are some who can see results within 3 months or
Yeah,
higher. Yeah.
totally agree, Ate. There's no one exact timeline.
Yeah.
Gaya ng sabi ni Ate Mel, some people move faster, some people take longer, and again, it depends on the person. Depends on how much time you give to your business, how consistent you are, how how they follow the process, and how willing they are to keep going, even when they don't see results right away.
Yeah.
And I know that's not an exciting answer, but it's the real answer.
It's a real answer.
Yeah, this is a business. It's not a job where you clock in, you work a shift, and automatically you get paid for those hours. you know
Yeah.
for me, it took a while before I understand that. Pero that's business. It's not a job. So
It's
business
business. So
is different. Yeah,
you take care
especially
of
in the
your business.
beginning.
Yeah.
You sometimes you do the work before you see the result.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, 'di ba? Kasi wala ka pang alam.
Yep,
So you're
you're
still
learning.
learning. You're learning and implementing at the same time.
Yeah.
Sometimes mali, sometimes like nakakatawa yung ginawa mo kasi totally mali, but it's better than not doing anything.
Yep. And yeah, you get better. You get better over time.
You get better over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is what I'm talking about. Can you show real examples of people who started just like me? Yun.
Yeah.
So,
I think
uh,
this is a fair question kasi I know people do not always want parang, oh sige, ano na, yun, sinabi mo na. Pero they want to know, has someone like me actually done this?
yeah,
Sino pa ba yung mga ibang gumagawa nito? Yung mga iba parang, for example, like for me, like may iba pa bang parents that are doing this? May iba pa bang mga soon to retire parents, empty nesters that are doing this? And it's a fair question, and of course the answer is yes. There are of course real people in our business community who started as beginners. Lahat tayo, we started as beginners. They didn't the next videos that we're gonna show you today, this people, they started as beginners then, just like us, just like anybody else who is doing something, or started doing something, like for example, like getting into a new opportunity. Lahat tayo nag-uumpisa sa pagiging beginner. Yeah, we all had our humble beginnings. We had to learn the system, watch the training, ask questions, and keep showing up even when things felt new. So
yeah,
di na magpatumpik-tumpik pa. So there's gonna be two videos, ate, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, one for
Soon to
our
retire.
Sunter,
Yeah,
and one for parents. So yep, this people you guys are gonna see are real people in our business community that started as beginners. So let me share my screen there, right there.
Just a year and a half ago, I started doing this. And 6 months into the business, I was able to quit my full time job. I'm so happy and excited because now I can spend more quality time with my family, continue to help my church ministry, travel, and actually, right now, we're doing some home renovations.
We've owned our online business for almost 5 years now. When we started in 2017, we both worked full time. Chris was a firefighter,
Yeah.
I was a teacher, and after 2 years, we left our careers early, and now we do this full time.
Unbelievable. My wife joined the business in November 2021, and I joined soon after.
I have replaced my income in my 9 to 5 job. And yes, in just 1 year, I am now boss free.
So I realized that looking at my situation, I will never be able to stop working. So I was looking for a way so I could be able to retire earlier, leave a legacy for my family, and continue to help my church ministry and be a blessing, a channel of blessing to others. And maybe I want to be a snowbird.
We weren't prepared for retirement and we wanted to travel.
We want to earn more so we can help more people, especially our families.
We want to travel and secure our retirement years, the comfortable golden years.
Yes.
There are so many wonderful things about this business, the community, the training. But for me, the most important is it is run with integrity, trust, and honesty.
We really love being able to do this business from anywhere.
Currently, we are poolside in Aruba. It doesn't get better than that.
I love that the business is portable and bonus having friends from all over the world.
Yes, the portability and also the passive income flow of the business, which means we can travel and the business is bringing us income wherever we are.
Yes, and let me
What's a snowbird?
Ano nga, oo nga eh, snowbird. Wait lang ate, let me find the other one. Okay. What's this one?
Like, syempre, pwede naming ikwento lang sa inyo yung kung sino
Oo.
yung example ng real people. But Mel here thought a video would be much better. And totally agree. Kasi nakita niyo talaga, sino-sino yung mga tao na talagang real. Ito, isa dito yung coach ko.
Yay, okay.
And one of our head coaches, actually. Okay, take it away, Mel.
Yes, ate.
We started the online business in 2018, and one of their biggest reasons is we were in $86,000 in consumer debt. And I remember one of our lowest points, Roxanne prayed this very powerful prayer.
Yes, I asked God to heal our finances, to lead us to the right opportunity so that we can pay off that debt and get ahead in life.
I was on my mat leave, growing family of 5. I was busy with the kids, swamped to even, take a decent sleep. So I was worried, like, how will I be able to make time for this?
Back in 2019, I became a father for the first time. So I was doing 2 jobs. My wife and I, we used to work in corporate job, and we start to lack a quality time with our firstborn. So I decided to change.
As a mom of 3, I found myself struggling with triple job, and we faced a challenging period when I was out of work for over a month. It was the scariest experience where we requested for mortgage and car payment deferral just to get by.
I'm a nurse by profession, but before I found my online business, I was just a regular stay-at-home mom. I decided to just look for anyhow job, just to support my husband, who was the only one working and doing 2 jobs at that time.
We saw an ad, and it was the online business, and the rest is history.
I did my due diligence. I watched the free and closed session. I asked questions. I did my research. And what I found out is that this business community has moms like us, like me, and also people from all walks of life.
I met good people. I met good coach and good mentor who helped me to dive in this business and being able to be successful in.
I saw an ad from a young mom. She shared that she only do this at the pockets of her time. And when I look into the community, there are thousands of working professionals who are doing the same.
I watched the 90 minutes webinar that has changed my life today. So this is your turn.
I was able to incorporate the business, and my husband is now a shareholder as well. So this is really something that we can pass on to our children's children.
In my first 6 months, I quit my second job. I was available for my kids. I was available for ministry. I was available for my wife, and I was very excited in life. Life became more better.
I was able to quit one of my full-time job, help build a brand new house for our family in the Philippines, having multiple vacations, and the reason was in the Philippines.
Because of this business, I am now staying full-time at home, taking care of my children. I am earning even more than registered nurses monthly from the comfort of my home.
16 months, we paid off $86,000 in consumer debt. In 14 months, I replaced my general manager income job, and I'm now a job quitter.
Yes, in 29 months, I was able to quit my corporate job in finance.
And one of our biggest things is that, we couldn't even buy a home for living in an apartment for over 10 years. But after starting the business, 2 years later, we built and bought a home, and in under 3 years, we paid it off. And we're now mortgage free. I remember that time we were so happy. We felt this freedom, and you can have that feeling too, whatever it is that you're coming in for. So we're excited for you, and we look forward to seeing you inside the community.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Yes. One of those people
Yeah.
is my coach, Coach
Mhm.
Katrina. And Rebecca. She visited Philippines once, and I met her in Quezon City.
Oh, you did not.
Yes.
So yeah,
Uh,
those are the real stories from real business owners in our community. That's just a fraction. Madami pa. These are people who also started somewhere. They had their own doubts, their own learning season, their own beginning,
yeah, their own stories,
their
their
own
own
stories.
struggles. Yeah. Like my coach, the one with the long hair there, she moved to Canada with like high hopes and dreams. Tapos, pagdating sa Canada, boom, walang pera. Ang dami nilang utang agad. They were in, I think, 56,000 Canadian dollars in debt. Tapos, she was on mat leave. Ayun, she found the business and we worked really hard on it. Even though ayaw nung asawa niya, no, there's
Mm.
real struggles. But now she's one of the most successful people in the business. And yeah, it means kahit sino pwede. Kahit nanay, kahit nurse, kahit chemist pwede.
Yeah,
Firefighter.
her
Yeah.
fighter, teacher, lahat, like all walks of life.
Yeah, and leads us to the last question.
Right?
What determines success or failure in this business? And based on what we've seen, Mel and I have seen so many people in this business. One of my favorite is like a bellboy, a hotel staff. And so one of the most successful. Kasi ang daming stories eh. Kung papakita namin sa inyo lahat, maubos yung oras natin dito. But based on what we've seen, there's three things that determines success or not. First one is yung consistency, not perfectly showing, but consistently, ano yun, as consistently showing up, even not perfect. The second is the system. Uh, Ito yung business system that Mel and I are using, and thousands of others are using, even those successful one. We didn't start from zero. There's already an existing system where you can just plug in, and then the system will do the business for you. Of course, you still need to do the work, but there's a process that is trusted by thousands of people. And the third one is the ability to stay even if there's no results. Like Mel and I, we've been here a long time, not much result. There are some results, but I think, what do you call that? Yung matagal kang naging stay in English, longevity.
Oh, yung longevity.
Yeah, yun. Tsaka yung not stopping kahit yung, kasi for the first few months, wala talagang results yan. Kasi you're still starting, di ba?
Mhm.
So you will not see any income coming, but then you know it's gonna work. So the people who have stayed, even though slowly, even though success is really slow, those are the people who find this business successful in the end. And failure usually comes from from giving up. I know somebody, she's very promising in the business. She got some success already, and I really look up to her. Then mid flight she quit because she gave herself a timeline. She said, if after this few years, this few months, I haven't found success, that I want, I will quit. And then she quit. And then those that were together with her was in the video. Rebecca, she's as which she is successful now. And there were partners before, just like Mel and I were partners, but one gave up, the other continues, and the one who continues became successful. So yun, success usually does not come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from simply not stopping. Huwag lang titigil. Yun yun.
Yeah,
Diba?
it's not always the person with the most experience, you know. Hindi laging oh, kung sino may experience, kung sino yung may malaking following, or kung sino yung may madaming oras. Not really, you know. A lot
Yeah.
of times it comes down to, you know, simple things. Are you coachable? Are you willing to learn, to follow the steps? Are you willing to ask for help?
Are you willing to stay?
Are you willing to
That's the problem.
stay?
Yeah. I've seen even those who are not so pretty. So you don't have to be so pretty. You can just come as you are. Diba? Yes. Before I was thinking, oh, I need to be like an influencer level kind of pretty, yung ganon. But in the business, there are those who just come as they are, and the most authentic you are, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any last message, Mel?
Message ko. So if you guys are curious, if you're watching this and you've been wondering, like, can someone like me actually do this? You know, that's a fair question. But maybe the better question is, am I willing to learn something new and give myself enough time to grow into it? Because beginners can learn, beginners can grow, beginners can get better, but they have to allow themselves to be beginners first. So, again, if you're curious and you want to take a look, connect with us, connect with me or Ate Mel. We can send you the free info sessions. You can see the overview for yourself. You know, no pressure. Just look at the information and see if it makes sense for your life and your season.
Very well said. So, kaya kung ikaw yung tao na nag-iisip kung kaya mo ba tong business na to, well, we want to tell you na you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to have a lot of experience. You just need to follow a system and to keep showing up and not give up. So my coach started with nothing but a decision to try. And that decision changed everything. So ikaw din pwede. So if you found anything valuable in this live, please connect with us and we'll be more than willing to help you. And if you're ready to take that first step, andito lang kami ni Mel. So we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Aloha.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.